Brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, welcome, welcome, welcome to the gathering. We are all here assembled today on this very special occasion to not only create change, but to be the change that we're wishing to create. It's time.
I better get out of here before I mess up and start something. But slap somebody and tell them, here!
Or they will have had, something tragic happen, or they will have had too much to drink, and they will fire off 140 characters that will light their career up. Like that.
That might be tonight.
But that, you know what, that's the gift and the curse of it. And that's something that we all live with, and that comes with the responsibility of being an employee of any scenario. You're going to have people that violate the rule. But for the most part, if I'm an owner of a team, of course I don't want my player giving breaking news, so to speak. The same thing with ESPN. Like, I understand if I'm on set and I find out that Kobe Bryant hurts his ankle, you guys don't want me to tweet that before I get on the air and say it. But also, I think for the individual to build his brand, and what I mean build his brand, I mean build his followers, so to speak, whether it's with his .com or Twitter page or whatnot. If you have an employee that's sending out to 5,000, 10,000 people that his show is coming on at 8 o'clock at night, then that's not only going to obviously help you guys and whatever brand it is, but it's going to also help the individual. So at that point, everybody wins, but I realized, and I joke with some youngsters about this, and you can test this if you want when you leave here. I asked a few people what WWW actually means, and there are people in the world that don't know. So try it if you think of mine.
Yeah, I mean, we're to echo that point, we're a company that's built on talented individuals expressing themselves. Without that, it's nothing. And so, we're a company that's built on the back of the blogosphere. So when it comes to Twitter, it's shorter form blogging. If we were to tell anyone what to do, we want to have a business. We want to have talent, and we don't. I mean, we tell you have to not break the law. You have to be responsible in your own way. But if you, we probably want to have you on our team if we didn't trust you to do that. You have a track record of demonstrating that you knew how to handle this medium. And we've never had an incident, and I hope tonight's the night that we, tonight's not the night that we do. I don't expect that it is. But just to get off of the policy stuff and talk about other aspects of Twitter, some things that it's great at, individual expression, we all know that. Direct, no filter, we all know that. The other thing it's great on is getting real-time trends of activity. I think most of us know that. You don't focus on what it's not good at. I think it's not good at conversations. It's a cacophony, of comments coming through. You have an @ sign, and you can use that to maybe kind of respond to something, but that's not a true conversation. We couldn't have a coherent dialogue the way the four of us are having up here on Twitter and expect an audience here to follow it in a coherent, consistent way. It doesn't do that. Maybe it will at some point. Maybe someone will build an add-on. I know some people are working on threaded Twitter conversations. That may come to pass. Difficult to see exactly how it replaces conversations that happen in many of the sports communities that we all work on, and the conversations that kind of quality media can provide. So, that's where I'd like to see it add more value personally.
I got lost in the policy thing too. One of the things I want to explain about why I personally love Twitter. First of all, I think it's hard to be good in 140 characters. Yeah. It's hard. I mean, it's maybe easy just to say something you're not really thinking about. But I like the challenge. I like the challenge. I like the challenge of leaving 3 characters in case somebody wants to do RT. It's a good writing exercise, and I also think it's a challenge. It's a thinking exercise. Some people, when they use this right, they're not just sort of sharing headlines. They're really thinking about what they're doing. Just show of hands. How many people here have thought of something, oh, this is a good tweet, but have searched with the terms you're going to use prior to issuing the tweet.
Like looking for the trending topics beforehand?
Well, in other words, you don't want to write what 8,000 people have already written. I see one person. See, a lot of people, this is your point. A lot of people use this as a personal broadcasting system. They act like nobody else has a thought. If you keyworded Serena Williams the night she went after that tennis official, there were exactly like 4 different thoughts that were expressed that day. 4, you know? Because people weren't paying attention to what everybody else was saying. They were so busy typing that they weren't even really thinking about how they were going to share or what they were going to bring that was unique. And I think that's a huge opportunity, you know, and I try to impress that on people who, you know, within our company who ask me what they should do on Twitter. Because I think if we do it right, it can be a real level of engagement rather than, you know, right now we're selling for, oh, that is so-and-so. And they said, you know, I inhale and I exhale. But that's so-and-so, I'm connecting with them. And we should demand more of each other, even in this little space. It's a great opportunity.
The negative I have about social media sites and Twitter is a couple of things, and I'm going to talk about the youth for a minute. Number one, the number one thing that allows you to stay a kid as long as possible is to keep your innocence. And sometimes when your child has a MySpace page, a Facebook page, a cell phone, a Twitter